right, guys, let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see it.
All right, perfect. All right, guys, here is your MT4 app on your desktop. Now, a lot of people, when they finally get this installed, they're confused. This comes up, right? And this is how your charts normally look, right? So we won't have this, we won't have this. This is what you guys will get opening up MT4 app for the very first time. And you guys don't even have to say it. This looks horrible, right? Completely, horrendous. And how does somebody make out what this is all about, right? Especially if you knew, you're just like, wait, what am I supposed to be looking at? What is these? This is how it literally comes out, right? Just a bunch of scribbly little lines. You know what I mean? You can't even tell that they're real candles, at this point, right? So I can remember this like yesterday, the first time I installed this and I pulled this up, and I was just saying to myself, yeah, I don't think I don't think Forex is for me. I think I'm gonna hang it up right now because there's no way I'm gonna be able to understand all of this stuff right here. Like I can't tell what none of this is, right? You know what I mean? Like again, if there might be some of you guys in here who might be seeing this for the first time also, and your brain is spinning too. You're like, yeah, man, I don't know what this is. Like, this is crazy. But this is the beginning of the journey for a lot of Forex traders. This is how they start, seeing a screen like this. All right. So one of the things that I'm going to teach you guys, right, is how to get this from looking like this to this over here, right? Nice candles, colors that pop out, clean chart, none of this background, grid, to have in the back, just something that looks a lot more, structured and understandable, right? So again, going from something like this. Okay, go ahead. Whoever want to say something to something like this. Was someone trying to speak? Okay, no. All right. So guys, when you install this, right? So let's go to okay, actually, so I just downloaded MT5. So a lot of you guys are asking about that too, about the MT5 versus the MT4. But I'm going to show you guys here. Okay. Okay, so you guys can see right here, right? Download MetaTrader 5 platform, right? So again, you guys have, if you come here, right, this is you click Windows or you click whichever operating system you got, right? You'll get the download file. So I've already downloaded right here, but this is what it's going to look like. If you're on the Windows, just save it, and then once it downloads, just go ahead and double click and install it. So that's what we're going to do right now. But I just also wanted to point out that this is where you can come and get MT5 software for your computer for anybody who happens to have a broker who supports MetaTrader 5 language. All right. So again, it's a programming language. All it really does, guys, is it adds all the additional securities for you to trade. So it's not just Forex. So this isn't going to be like your normal, typical one that we install. 1 second. So yeah, this is not going to be the normal software that gets installed for most forex traders, and the reason why is because they don't need all the extra bells and whistles that come along with it. They just need MT4, which is strictly giving you everything for forex. Okay, so that's what that's about. All right, 1 second. Some more people in, and again, welcome to everybody who's just joining. All right, we are reviewing MT4 desktop software, and pretty soon we're going to do the MT4 mobile app. Just go over a few things that you guys need to get acclimated with. And again, after we get that covered, we can kind of, touch on whatever you guys want to talk about from a newbie's perspective, or even if you're not new, just anything you might want to know or discuss, we'll review that. Definitely take a look at the charts also to see if we can like find some opportunities for the week coming up. All right, so that's what that's about. So yeah, we got it downloaded, right? And I'm just going to go ahead and double click on it to start the setup. All right, so here it is. I'm just hitting yes, right? Let's get this out the way. And here we go, right? So MetaTrader 5 client, right? Next. Nothing special or nothing too complicated with like getting this set up. It should just be, next, next, next all the way through. And, you should be good to go. All right, so it's doing its thing. It's installing. All right, boom, finish. All right, so it just takes me to their market after I, finish installing it. But again, guys, you have to go here. I'll pop this in the chat. If there was anybody who was wanting to get that that MetaTrader 5 software on the computer, and again, this is for those individuals who's not just doing forex, right? You guys are trading indices, you guys are trading stocks, you're doing multiple things, right? So it doesn't have options. If anybody was wondering about that, can't really do options off of it. So here it is, right? It opened up, and it basically says list of companies, select the company to open an account with. All right, so if I say WSX, okay, so it looks like it's not finding them. Let's do Forex. All right, it's looking, but all right, so it found a few. So these more than likely are the ones that support MQL5. So this is another way for you guys to kind of get a feel for which brokers have MT5 available, right? So here it is. So this is forex.com right here. So they do support it, right? And we'll just go next. All right, so I got to put in my information to log in. So let me see if I can find like my demo account real quick. Let's just see. Only type numbers here. Oh, okay, so I think it's not. All right, so I can't really remember where it is right now. All right, so I'm gonna say, all right, oh, I don't got no other option. So let's see if I can finish it. All right, won't let me finish. All right, that's no biggie, right? So I just don't have an account added. All right, but here's here's MetaTrader 5, right? And then over here is MetaTrader 4. You guys can't see it because it's not going to say like MetaTrader 4, but this is the other one, right? So here's, if I can kind of get this like this, boom, bam. All right, so side by side, right? I can bring up this, I can bring up this, and then, kind of looks the same a little bit, right? So there's nothing really loaded as far as like a pair or a chart or anything like that. And it's probably not going to pull it through because the market's not open just yet. So it's going to look like this all blank. But right, the the options are not too far off. Like even the menu, right? We got file, we got all this across the top, we got this across the top, and then we got all our little tools and other little bells and whistles to work with the software. But the thing that you're going to notice is the difference is that when you go to add a symbol, so let me just see if they'll let me. Okay, insert charts. Okay, view. So market. All right, symbols. All right, so here in symbols, let's see. Let's show symbols. All right, yeah, I just think it's because I didn't really connect anybody, and plus it's not open. But basically, what you'll get, guys, is you'll get something like this. Okay, so my market watch is already up. It's right here. So if I right click and I do symbols, right, and you can do Control U to bring that up off your keyboard. Here it is, right? You guys will get all of these symbols, right? But what you notice is that these are all Forex stuff. So if I expand it, Forex pairs. If I expand this one, all Forex pairs, right? What you'll get in MQ in the MetaTrader 5 is that you'll get this, right? But you'll get Forex, you'll get indices, you'll get crypto, you'll get bonds, futures, blah, 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 right? Each one of those uh, securities, right, will be listed in its own category for you guys to like pinpoint which one that you're trying to do, right? So let's just say like, you want to do in Forex, you want to do the Euro USD, you want to have that on your market watch, your watch list basically is what that is, right? So you'll drop that over there and then you'll expand the one for crypto and maybe you want to trade Bitcoin. So you'll select that one, you'll say show and it'll show over here, under your watch list and then et cetera, for anything else that you want to kind of look at to, trade off of, right? That's how that's going to be. But that's your MQL5, right? So not really, going into depth with it right now for two reasons, because I can't connect the account and also because the market is not open. So it won't really pull in any of the data just yet for us to like kind of play around with. But I don't use MT5, you know what I mean? So if any of you guys were wondering if that's a thing that I'm doing, like I'm not, right? I'm only dealing with the MT4 and again, majority of everybody who's just doing Forex, they're just using MT4. MT5 is again like a little overkill because you're not really trading anything else. So it's not really necessary for you to have. So again, just it looks similar to MT4, but it just has a few more options for all of those other securities that you might want to trade. So I'm just close that out, but you guys get to see, pretty simple to get the software, pretty quick to install it. After that, it's all about configuring it to look how you want it to look and pulling up the things that you want to trade. So for anybody who hasn't, done this already, right? I do recommend that you go and you get uh, MT4, really not the MT5 one, but go ahead and get the MT4 software from your broker, right? They'll have that right at the main page. So if I go to like WSX, I know a lot of you guys are using this. So what you'll see is if you come to downloads, okay. All right, yeah, so if you guys come here, then you'll see, right? You got Windows, iOS, Mac. So a lot of people ask, hey, do they have the software for Mac? They do, right? Click it, and boom, you have your DMG file, which is, designated, uh, as a setup file for installing applications on the Mac. And then Windows, boom, you click it, all right, and then you get your setup file to install it on your Windows computer. All right. You guys see, once you download it, just double click kind of next all the way through and it'll be installed. Right. So the one that I'm using for this demonstration is one from forex.com. Right. So when you install it, it'll make an icon that look like this and you just go and open it up. Right. And this is exactly how it'll, open up initially. Right. Where you guys just see, you know, all of this stuff that makes no sense, right? You know what I'm saying? So how do we, customize this a little bit, right? So we get rid of this. So actually, you'll see this. This is the account section, right? So under accounts, this is where you would tie in whichever broker you have into the MT4 software so that it can read your account, how much you deposited, right? What type of account it is if it's a live account, if it's a demo account, or if it's an account that, like, you're part of a service, right? So some people, they have a service where they send out their trades, and if you're part of that service, then you'll have a username and a password for that. So you come in here and you add it, right? So you can do right click, right? You can open an account, okay? You can log into a trade account, right? And then you can log into all of these, a web trader or the actual MQL5 community, right? So I have a account with MQL5, so I'll use that, and it's just an account with them, right? It's just really for me to look at some of their products and services, because again, they offer a marketplace where I can get certain apps that can auto trade for me. They also offer like a forums, area where people talk about issues and problems that they might have with the software, or different things, right, et cetera, et cetera. But that's what those accounts are about. So the ones for you guys, right, is open an account. I'm sorry, log into a trade account. So if you do open account, right, it'll really just try to allow you to create an account from whichever broker, again, that it kind of happens to have. So we do open account, again, you guys will search for your broker, right? So already it's just kind of finding these, because this is the Forex application, so it's finding their demo servers and it's finding their live servers, right? So really, you're not going to be searching for a different broker here. It's going to have to be Forex, right? Because it's their proprietary MT4 app. All right. And now, you choose either one, right? So if I just go with the demo account, go next, new demo account. Okay. So it asks me for my name, my email, my phone number, and the kind of account that I want to have, right? So let me just, right. So password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And let me see. Right. So I guess it won't let me choose an account type. I don't quite know why. I think it might still just be because, we're not open, or whatever the case may be. But you guys get the idea, right? You'll open up an account, and once you go through this, it'll just open it up for you, right? But you can also log into an existing account. So it came over to my other screen, and it looks like it's not letting me move it. All right, so you're gonna have to skip that part because I don't know how to get it over here. It really looks weird. All right. But yeah, so this is basically it, guys. You come in here, you log into trading account, and it'll have just basically a box that comes up for you to put in your username and then for you to put in your password. So it's already tied in to forex.com. So again, just something you guys got to realize about this particular demonstration is I'm using forex.com software. So they're only looking for the accounts, whether they're live accounts or demo accounts for their platform, right? So you're not going to be able to like look up another broker and put their information in here, right? So a lot of people kind of get confused with that also, right? You know what I mean? Like you guys might have an MT4 software app that you got from, just somewhere out on the internet, right? And you already have it installed on your computer, but then later you go and you get a broker. I mean, you go and open an account with a broker who did not provide you that MT4 software. So you have this account now with your broker, and now you have your username and password, and now you know that you got to connect it to your MT4 software on your computer, right? You try to do that, right? You open up your MT4 software, you go to add an account or log into an account, and you're putting your username and your password in, but it's not working. And you're like, what's the deal? I know I'm putting in the right username, I know I'm putting in the right password, but it's not logging me in. It's because that MT4 software is proprietary, or it's dressed up for whoever you got the software from. It's only dressed up for them. All right. So you guys have to be careful when welcome everybody. You guys have to be careful when you're choosing a certain MT4 uh application to install on your computer, because um if they're proprietary, then you may not be able to add your own uh broker to it. All right, sorry guys, a lot of people hopping in right now. Say Ty, that was my issue the other day. Yeah, You know what I mean? And again, a lot of people go through that, right? So, you know, you're so ready to go, right? You got your account funded, right? It's a Sunday, you know, a new week is starting, right? You're part of the Discord now, and now you want to get in the mix. Well, here it is. You try to go and you connect your broker account to your MT4 on, you know, your computer that you have, but it's not going through, right? So it's just, you know, a little tiny little thing that you know, that eventually you'll find out, right? You know, you'll put it in so much, and then, you know, maybe you'll call support, or maybe you'll just notice, like, it'll say, you know, to have the branding that's not the branding of your broker. And then you'll be like, I don't really think this is the right one. And then eventually you'll go to your broker, you'll download their software, and then you'll be able to log in. And now, you know, you're ready to rock and roll. But, you know, just one of those little tiny things that, you know, people, you know, you guys will have to go through. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things. You know, you kind of can't really miss it sometimes. Um, or avoid it is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, that's that. Right. But there it is, guys. You know, it opens up. You got all of this weird stuff. This whole chart looks weird, but you at least know to come over here and add an account. Right. So if you don't see this, right, like if it opens up like this, right, all you guys got to do is click this little folder with the star. All right. The navigator. Click the navigator. It's going to give you the section for everything that you add to this MT4 app, right? So all the accounts that you add, right? All the indicators that you add, whether you're adding it directly from the software, or if you're adding it from like some service that you paid for an indicator, and they say, hey, listen, thank you for buying this indicator from us. Here's a link to download the indicator. Now you have to add that indicator or import it to your MT4 app, right? And they give you the instructions on how to do all of that. But if you were a trader who actually went to a third-party site and you got their software, or you purchased their indicator and they told you to import it in your MT4, eventually you'll have to come and, you know, open your MT4 software, add the indicator with the instructions that they gave you, and then that indicator will show up somewhere in here, maybe under these categories, or maybe on its own, and it might even have like a different color, just to, you know, be identified as one that didn't necessarily come with this software, right? So that's pretty, you know, good. You know, when you're trying to get rid of indicators and things like that, and you want to get rid of the one that, you know, was the one that you bought from someone else, right? Or some other company or something like that. That's what that's about. The expert advisor, right? This is for the automated trading. All right. So if you went on or forex.com, if they provided a service or software, right, that if you purchase that software or subscribe to that software, you'll be given a username and password that you will plug in to the expert advisor. So what that'll do is that will read the program that you have access to, right, that you paid for, and it will do, you know, the application is programmed a certain way to look for certain things on the charts, right? Whether it's, you know, price being oversold, price being below a certain moving average, et cetera, right? It has all of these conditions that it's already been programmed to look at, to analyze your chart for you automatically and place you in a trade based on certain parameters that you give it, right? So you want to always, you know, you say, hey, software, always put me in a trade at, you know, 5 mini lots, okay? And maybe I don't want to get into a trade that costs me more than $500, right? Or, you know, I only want to have, you know, I only want you to put me in a trade at a certain time, right? You know, there's so many little conditions and things that you can set that the software will abide by, right? And if those things are met, you know, as the software is constantly scanning all of these pairs, all of these charts, right? If those things are met, then the software will automatically put in a trade for you. Okay, so expert advisors, for the most part, guys, are just the software that automatically trades on your account on your behalf, right? So that's what that's about. Scripts, again, you know, uh, I doubt that majority of traders will even get to this point where they're creating scripts. But again, you never know, because our last session, right, there was a guy who we initially started the session with, I was talking to, and his friend was a programmer, right? So you guys out there who know how to program and who know how to develop and things like that, you guys may eventually get here to where you're like creating a script. And again, the script is a script, right? You know what I mean? If you were an actor and you had a script, what are you doing? You're just following the script, right? So you're going to basically create this language that says, hey, do this, don't do that, et cetera, right? And once you load that script up, that's what the software is going to do, right? So why would you do that? There's a number of reasons, all right? Because everybody has their own kind of trading strategy, right? And there's so many conditions and things to look at to assess a chart from like a technical standpoint. Okay, so instead of having these mundane tasks that you have to manually repeat over and over and over, you may write a script that will take care of that task for you, on its own, right? So again, somewhere way down the line, I feel like a lot of people don't really even care about that, but I could be wrong, because again, we do have a lot of developers nowadays that they know what to do in that regards. So that's what that's about. But we add an account, all right? So if you don't see it, remember, come here and press the folder button, right? Takes it away, brings it up, takes it away, bring it up, all right? So let's just go ahead from the top right here, all right? So you click this one right here. This is giving you your charts, all right? So this is where you can, select which chart you want to look at. So as you guys see, from the ones that it has, I'm just scrolling through and selecting one, and boom, it's bringing up the chart. And again, looking at this chart, people, man, your eyes are crossed, right? You're like, what in the Matrix hell, right? Like LeBron, you don't know what this is, but you know, because you don't know, that's going to force you to find out, like, what is this? Like, you're going to start searching and searching, and eventually you're going to see that there's a way to like change all of this up and get it to look the right way, so that you can be able to analyze it better and possibly get yourself into a trading opportunity. All right, but here it is. So this is just a section, and a lot of times if you just hover over it, it'll tell you. So create a new chart. All right, that's what it says. And then here's all the categories, right? So the Pro 1 looks like, it has all of these. Pro 6, it only has a few of these, and I can tell just by looking at this. So the Euro Mexican, Mexican, this is the, forgot the name of that country, but you got all of these pairs that for the most part, people don't really trade a whole lot, right? Here's a big one, the dollar versus the ruble, and this is the Russian ruble. So when we had that little, or when Russia had that attack on Ukraine, their currency, this particular pair, uh this bad boy just basically shot up like through the moon, because the ruble was weak at that point, because they had got placed, the United States placed all these sanctions on them, so they couldn't get to their money, they couldn't move their money, they couldn't do a lot of things with their money. So on the chart, you guys notice that this pair had dropped like significantly around that time. But this is again just one of those pairs that people don't even look at, and they don't even try to trade it, because it's it's a lot of things. One, it's low volume. Two, it's high spreads. Three, doesn't necessarily move that much, right? You know what I'm saying? So and the list kind of goes on. So there's fundamental reasons why people don't trade these pairs, and why, like I told Tanya in the beginning, trade the majors. If you haven't picked out, your baby, right, that you want to nourish and everything like that, if you haven't picked that one out, just say that again. Okay. I thought you guys. So yeah, if you haven't picked the one that you like the most, just go with the majors that have the dollar in it, because those are the ones that move the most. All right. So let's just go through that. Go through the next one, but you guys get it. This is where you'll be able to pull up a chart. So if I say, hey, we're taking a trade on the euro pound, right? So you guys look at, you'll look right here and you'll be like, damn, I don't see the euro pound, right? You know what I'm saying? So now you got to know that you got to kind of go through these and start looking for, where it might be. And fortunately, it's in the first one, right? So we just click that one and then click euro pound, and now it gives you the chart for the euro pound, right? Now, a lot of you guys probably already saying to yourself, well, that's a little tedious, right? You mean to tell me I got to go through all of these categories to try to find which one? Why can't I just type it? Well, you can, all right? And the way you do that is right here with the market watch, which is your watch list, and you know, that's it. It's just like your watch list. So by default, they'll already have a whole bunch of pairs loaded for you, right? But you may not want all of these pairs because, again, like this one, nobody trades. Okay, this one, nobody trades. All right, and if I told you, hey, just do the majors, well, clearly this is overkill, right? You know, this is way more than you actually need. So how do we fix that? What you do is you right click, all right, and then you go to show. Well, I'm sorry, you go to where is it right here? All right, show us symbols right here. So again, control U, right? And it'll bring this symbol windows up. So I told you guys, like MT5, you'll have a whole lot of other categories for other assets and securities. But for MT4, you're strictly just going to have Forex stuff. Okay. So here, if I go into the first one, these are all the pairs, right, that are showing right now on this left side. Okay. Now, let me go down to like number 9. Okay, number 10. All right, hold on. Let me try to find one. All right, looks like they might have them. All right, maybe. Uh, Let me see. Yeah, so they all showing. That's ironic. But each and every last one of these are showing. What I wanted to show you guys was if there was one that was grayed out. So like this, let me show you right here. So if I click this one and I hit hide, all right, now the UJ is gone. All right, it's grayed out right here. As you can see from this one, right? This one has the gold on it. So if it shows with color, that means it's showing on your watch list. But if it's grayed out, then that means you've taken it away. Okay. So now if I click on the UJ again and I hit show, well, there we go. Right now it's going to show on my watch list. So why am I showing you guys this again? This is a way to filter out your watch list so you don't have all this unnecessary, you know, pairs that you're not going to trade and you're not even going to look at. All right. So what do we do? So we go to the first one and we're only looking for the pairs that so actually I'm going to show you something, but yeah, we're only looking for the dollar pairs, right? But let me show you this real quick. If we right click and then we do hide all, okay, boom, we do hide all, boom, it gets rid of them, right? Or at least most of them from what it looks like. All right, and now you can start from a clean state. When you go to the symbols or, you know, hit control U, you bring it up. So now you go here. See, now you see there's a lot of them that are already grayed out, right? And it'll be that way for a lot of the other categories. Boom, they're all grayed out. Okay. So that's a quick way to get, you know, all of those charts, I mean, all of those pairs off your watch list just by right clicking and choose hide all. All right. But now we're going back because we're going to go ahead and, you know, choose the ones that we want. Hit control U, right? Start going through them, right? So I don't want this to show. I'm gonna hide that. Okay, I guess they won't let me. So those got to be there by default, looks like. So here we go. Let's see. NZD USD, I want that one. All right, USD CAD, USD CHF. All right, so all USD, show, boom. So out of that category, those are all the majors, right? So boom, go to the next one. And all right, I see some more USD pairs, but not part of the majors. All right, under here, again, same deal. I see some US pairs, but just not the ones I want, right? Okay, RJPY. No, not the Hungarian. Okay, so don't see anything here. So go number 5. Don't see it. Number 6. Nope. 7. There we go. I need this one. Euro USD. That is the baby. Number 8. USD JPY. Need that one. Pound dollar. I need that one. And that's it. All right. So right now, you know, I've shown you guys how to go ahead and add the majors, all right, to your list. Okay. And I believe if you go to set, all right. So if you right click on all of this and you know, you go to set and you go to save as, right? So there's this box that comes up, and then you can say, okay, this is my Forex major pairs, right? You can just do that, right? And you'll save it. Okay. So all that really does is, just it's making sure that it saves that watch list. So if you happen to add more uh, uh, pairs to this watch list, right? But then you're like, okay, I don't want those ones that I added anymore. It's a quick way for you to just go to sets, right? And then you'll choose the one that you saved, right? So there's my Forex major pairs. So let me just go, if I go Forex all, boom, you guys can kind of see there was more pairs that popped up, right? The GJ, the the Swiss franc in the end, right? But I don't want those, right? I want to go back to what, my majors. Click it and boom, now it's just really my majors. These, I couldn't get rid of them. I think it's just a thing where, they won't let me right now or whatever with the software. But coming down from here to all of these down here, these are all my majors, right? So how do you get it to show on the right side? How do you get that pair to show? Drag it over, click and drag, boom, and you'll see it right here. It's very tiny, but it tells you the pair. So this is New Zealand dollar, right? And then again, I can click it, drag it, and now it switches switches the chart. It's on the USD CAD. All right. So a lot of people, have a hard time figuring that out, right? Also, you can you can right click and then you can do chart window. Okay. So when you do that, it'll display it on the right hand side. But the reason for doing it this way, to do chart window, is if you're in multi-view, right, which is this little icon right here, it shows like 4 windows. If you hit that, this is how you get to put up like multiple charts and look at them all at one time. All right. So believe it or not, this is something that TradingView charges for, right? They charge you to put up multiple charts on the screen, which a lot of people did not like, because they obviously know that the MT4 software on the computer will let them put up however many charts they want to put up for free. Okay. And again, this is another little thing for you guys to understand, that if you are using TradingView, right, and you want to put multiple charts, but you don't want to purchase like one of the subscriptions that they have in order to do that, well, just do it on your MT4, right? You know what I mean? Just pull up multiple charts, right? You can always look here first on MT4, and then if you want to go ahead and mark up things for that particular pair on TradingView, by all means, go ahead and do that. But excuse me. So this is one of the things that I'm talking about when, um, I say that you don't have to pay for a subscription, because there's a lot of this stuff that's out there for free. But, again, you have to switch over to that place and then this place and then that place. And now you're all over the place, which kind of, might be, a little too much for like a newbie. But you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? If it's free, it's free. So you got to do what you got to do. But when you're paying for it, what happens when you start paying for things? Well, you get convenience now, right? You know what I mean? You're paying for, uh, 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 you know, luxury, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Where things are a lot easier on you. So that's what TradingView is all about. Being that one single place, you get your news, right? You can mark up the charts, right? You can see other traders' lives. You can create lives. You can trade everything on it, right? You can use your broker to trade on there, right? You can pull up these multiple charts. You can use all of these drawing tools. The list goes on, right? You know what I mean? But that's the beauty. If anybody was kind of like on the fence about TradingView, and they was like, oh, I don't really know if I need it, or I know a lot of people use it, but I don't know if I got to use it. Well, it's just a place that if you are subscribe and you're using it, you're going to notice that you're not really going to need to leave, right? You're not going to have to go to all of these other places to kind of get what you want. You will if you want it for free, but if you don't care about having a subscription and things like that, well then you're going to see that it's a lot simpler to just go to one place and have everything right at your disposal. All right, that's what that's about. So again, pulling up the charts, guys, just click one, drag it over. All right. If you right click and then do new chart window, like I was telling you guys, when you do that, now you see you get you get a whole another window that comes up. But again, if you're not in multi-view, you'll just see it. So if you actually, so I got to just do it like this, double click it, and it expands it to where you guys can see the whole chart, right? This little button right here, shift to the end of the chart from the right. If I unclick it, you guys notice that, you know, the chart is here, right? But if I hit it, I get more space, right? I get to see, you know, kind of a good little area where I'm not right up on the candle. So again, if I take it off, I'm right up on the candle. If I put it on, it gives me some space so that I can see more, right? Very useful when you guys are trying to navigate around this chart, right? So we just, you know, we're just getting to the beginning of even knowing how to look up a chart or, you know, pull up a pair, right? So again, control U, or, you know, put up the market watch, right? Right click, control U to look for symbols, right? And filter, you know, filter out the ones that you want to put up and the ones that you don't. Once you get them there, right, you guys know you can right click, you can go to set, go to save as, and name it, you know, basically name your watch list, you know, however you want to name it. Okay. And that's what that's about, so that you can always like kind of trade, switch through your watch list as you're trading, right? You might have the majors up, right? As a watch list, and then another watch list, you might have all your commodities, right? Your gold, your silver, your oil, right? You'll have all of those. Maybe another watch list, you'll have your exotics, your cross pairs, right? So the EJ, the GJ, right? Those kind of pairs, you'll have those. But that is a way to do it. All right. So, you know, please, you know, make note of that. If you guys haven't been doing that already, right? That's a good way to create your watch list. All right. But put in the charts, just click, drag, right? It'll switch it over. If you go to this multi-window, all right, hit that multi-window button. Now we get all of the windows of the pairs that we, you know, put on the chart, right? So again, you know, you can get here and you'll go to any other pair, right click, do chart window, and now you get another one of those, and you can place it however you want to, right? The beauty about this, right, is like I pull up this window, right? But now you're like, okay, well, how do I structure it? You know, you can drag it, you know, you can do all of this to, you know, size the window up and then try to get it in a little spot or area that you like, right? Or you can just hit this multi-window button and it'll auto arrange it for you, right? So click it. Boom. Look at that. It made them all even, right? All right side by side. And now what you guys get to see is if I take away the watch list, boom, there it is. I got more real estate. Um uh let me see. Hold on, what you guys are saying. Okay. All right, yeah. So you guys are good. But again, you know, here, hit the button. So now you see there's more space right here, right? But if I hit it, it takes up that space. All right, guys, I use this a lot. This button right here, I use this a lot when I'm, you know, looking at different pairs and things like that. Like, let's say I want to, you know, look at this all New Zealand, right? It's all nice and pretty. And again, I'm gonna show you guys how to change that all up. But, you know, what if I want to look at it over here or side by side? So what I'll do, right, is I'll bring up my watch list again, okay? And I'll look for the alt New Zealand. Now I'll drag it and I'll put it in this window. So I'll let go. So now this is on the alt New Zealand. But guess what? This one is looking at the hourly and this one is looking at the weekly. So really quick, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of my watch list. I'm going to close this, close this, close this, and close this. Now I'm going to hit that auto arrange button. Boom. So now it puts it side by side, takes up all the space, right? Very nice, very lovely, right? So I don't have to go ahead and try to resize each one of these windows and then put them, you know, in a way that, you know, looks good and even to where I can read it, right? So now we're looking at this, obviously, you know, night and day. So what I do is I right click, I go to template. This is a template that I made, and I choose peppermint. All right. Boom. Now I'm looking the same. Okay. So over here, you know, I may want to look at the hour time frame, right? And so you'll click that, right? And you guys, what you notice is that everything's all bunched up and everything right here. So a way to kind of get your chart to look better is by using this little axis over here, right? So I'm going to put my mouse over here where these numbers are, and I'm going to drag it up. And as you can see, as I'm doing that, it starts to, like, you know, size it better, right? So before it was all like this where you couldn't see it, but now if I drag it up, it starts to expand out a little more, okay? And then what you do is you use the zoom in and zoom out tools. So zoom out, all right? You get to see more details on that. Over here on the 1 hour time frame, I really want it to be a higher time frame. So boom, So 4. Now remember I told you guys about these two. They adjust the screen so that you can look at the charts better. Either you can see more space, or it makes it to where, like, if you're trying to scroll all the way back, you see as I'm scrolling back, I can do that, right? But if I have this turned on, right, and I try to scroll, eventually it starts to, well, I guess it's not doing it right now, but sometimes what it'll do is it'll snap back to the beginning. So if you ever notice that you're trying to go back, but then it keeps coming all the way back, try clicking or clicking off of one of these, right? And that'll fix that. Okay. Over here is my higher time frame, 4 hour. Over here is my 1 hour time frame. Again, when you guys learn about multiple time frame confluence, this is what you guys end up doing a lot of times, is pulling up multiple time frames, because this is really more. Let me show you like this. This is how we do it. So I'm going to go ahead and open a new chart window. Boom, there it is. Get rid of my watch list. I'm going to right click, go to template, make this peppermint. All right, so now we're all matched up. Now look, without me having to size this window and do all of this stuff, I'm just going to hit the auto arrange button, hit it. Now it does it for me, right? So now I can put this one on my daily time frame, right? I can put this one on my 4 hour, and I can put this one on my 1 hour. So I'm already looking at the higher time frame, and then getting the details of that on the lower time frame here, and then even getting more detail on the hour time frame here, which is basically where I enter the trade. All right, so again, I'm gonna just try to zoom in on this one a little bit. All right, do that. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, and let me show you. I'm gonna try to show you guys really quick, like how I would work this out, right? So let me see. All right, got it all the way over. All right, that was that. All right, so here, right, if I had to draw like a support and resistance, okay, really what I got is a trend line. So here's my trend line. So again, these are a lot of the ways for you guys to pull up the charts, and these little buttons right here. So I'm just go through them real quick. Market watch, again, that's your watch list. This little button right here, data window. Again, you guys will never use this, so don't even worry about it. But it gives you information about certain pairs that you have up. So the spreads, the swap fees, like a lot of that stuff, but you'll hardly ever use that. The next one with the folder, again, this is where you can see your accounts, your indicators. Yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
No
What
worries.
broker is this?
This is forex.com.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So again, that's where you'll see all of that, right? We take that away. Here, this terminal, right? And again, you can use keyboard shortcuts, Control T. So if I just press Control T on my keyboard, you guys notice at the very bottom of the screen, my terminal went away. So pay attention to the bottom of the screen. I'm going to hit Control T again. Boom, now it comes up. Okay, so the terminal window, right? This is where you have a few tabs across the bottom, but the most important one is the trade tab, and it shows you your account balance, right? Basically what you deposit in your account, or what you have, after your wins and your losses of trading, right? It's going to show that right there. And then as you get into trades, each trade is going to show on this trade tab, right? So this is how you'll be able to see, okay, I'm in this trade, this is where I got in, this is my stop loss and my take profit. Here's any commission fees, here's any swap fees, right? Here's the time that I got in, the type of order, whether it was a buy or a sell, the size, what was your lot size, micro, mini, or standard, right? The symbol, et cetera, et cetera. You guys get it. The columns are laid out where you even have your order number, right? So anytime you have like an issue with a trade, maybe the trade went your way, but you didn't make the money. Maybe the trade was going against you, but it didn't actually close you out. But then it didn't actually, like you see on the chart, price didn't get to your stop loss, but you got kicked out of the trade, right? And you may want to know about that. So when you call forex.com, or you call that support, one of the things they're going to do is ask you for your order number. Okay, so with that order number, you're going to be saying to yourself, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't place no order, right? You know what I mean? Like, this ain't McDonald's or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? You're just going to be saying to yourself, I didn't place an order, I just placed a trade. And then they're going to say, well, yeah, your trade has an order number. And then you're going to go, oh, okay, well, where's the order number? Here's where that order number is. All right. So, hey, Mr. Bain, how can we help you? Yeah, something happened with this trade, and I want you guys to check it out. All right, what's the order number? Boom. Order number is ABC 123. Right? Okay, we'll look that up and we'll tell you what's what. That's what that's about. All right. So come over here, this little thing right here gives you your expert advisor. Okay. Let me see if it'll, okay, strategy tester, but it'll test, your expert advisor if you have one of those, right? Again, something that you guys aren't going to really use like that. And unless you get knee deep in the game and you start realizing that, okay, you're pretty good at this Forex trading, but you want to somehow put your brain into an application or software so that you can become digitized now, right? And you'll have that application, right? So my application will be the Bain application, and it's going to do everything that I would do if I was taking a trade, but it's going to do it automatically for me, right? So I can just, free my life, right? I could just kind of go and enjoy, some of the money that I've been making, and at the same time, not really missing any trade opportunities because I have some kind of application out there that's thinking like I think and pulling the trigger and entering me on trades as without me being there, right? That's what that's about. But over here, new order window. All right, so when you guys are getting ready to get into a trade, you'll hit that, right, and it'll bring up the order window. So again, you choose whatever pair it's going to be, right? So I don't know why it's not showing it right now. Again, I just think because the market's closed, et cetera, et cetera. But you'll choose it, right? Volume. This will be your um, lot size. Okay, it's one of the things I don't like about this MT4 software is that when you do a new order, it doesn't say lot size, right? So a lot of new traders, once they get, once a signal is called out and they want to make the trade, they come here, they're able to find a new order, right? And then they see this, but they don't really know that this is the section to put their lot size. So they're like, hey, where's the lot size? Where's the lot size? I don't see where to put it. Well, it's volume. All right. So I just want to throw that out there again, guys. If you're new to this software or you want to start using it, this is something that you're going to have to be aware of, that the volume section is where you put your lot size. And sometimes you might not know that, obviously, because it just doesn't say lot size. All right. Something that I sent to them, but obviously they haven't changed because I guess they like, people figured it out and, nobody's complaining anymore. But, still it's stupid to just have it at volume. So yeah, and then you'll put your stop loss, whatever number that is, your take profit, whatever number that is, and then you'll hit buy or sell, right? That's one way to place an order, okay, by hitting new order. Another way is right click on the chart, all right, and then you'll go to oh, so it's not, so I got to put it on, it's where is it, the button, there's a thing right here, was a one click button. Give me 1 second, let me think about it again. Where was it? Where was that thing? Indicator. Let me just see something. Yeah, okay, no. It was here. Okay, I can't remember. Well, I think it's just because it's not live. Yeah, because I would see it. Basically, guys, there's when you right click, there's going to be another little option right here at the top, and it's going to say one click order. That's what it's going to say. It's going to say one click order. And when it has that, or when you see that, you'll click it. And what'll happen is there'll be a box right here, right? It'll be a box that pops up at the upper left, and it'll say sell or buy. Okay. And then in the middle, it'll have where you can change the lot size. So it'll actually kind of look like this right here. It'll look like this, right? So the buy, I mean the sell, the buy, and then the quantity, which is the lot size. So if I go here, if I go to settings and trading, you see buy sell button. If I uncheck that, it goes away. All right. So it, again, there'll be a button like this. It'll be something like this, but it'll really say like one click trading or something like that, right? On the MT4 software, when you click it, it'll bring up this nice little buy and sell button on the chart. Okay, so let me go back to it. Yeah, it'll bring a buy or sell button on the chart right here so that you can quickly, enter the trade, right, for a buy or sell, and, with whatever lot size you want to get into it. So if you do it that way, yes, it's going to be quick. Yes, it's going to enter you, but then you're going to have to go to your trade, which is going to show down here at the bottom, and you're going to have to right click on the trade, and you'll do modify order. Okay, when you do modify order, you'll be able to put in your stop loss and your take profit. Okay, so a lot of times, you know, a lot of traders, they miss out on a trading opportunity because they're putting, you know, they hit new order and they're trying to put in the stop loss and the take profit, but either they don't put it in the right way, right? Sometimes they put it a number off, you know, something like that, or they put the wrong number, right? Or they put the stop loss and the take profit, and the take profit and the stop loss. So as they're fumbling trying to, you know, put this stop loss and take profit in, the trade is moving, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, and you know they haven't hit buy yet, so they're missing the trade, and it's because they're trying to put in their stop loss and their take profit. People, I'm telling you right now, for anything that's called out, okay, don't worry about putting in the take profit and the stop loss right away. The beauty of you know, the of you know, having a forex, you know, with the way you can go and edit your orders, is that you can always get into the trade and then go back and place your stop loss and your take profit. Mainly what I'm trying to say is that it's not mandatory for you to put your stop loss and your take profit right away. So I think some people think that in what you have to do when you're taking a trade is you have to put the price that you're getting in, and then you also got to put your stop loss and your take profit before your order can go through. That's not the case. All right, so please understand.
Terrell, I'm so glad you just said that. I'm so glad you just said that because I've been struggling with that all week. Like
So
trying to put in the stop loss and the take profit and
mhm,
still trying to get in the trade. And then when I do, I notice it already moved a few pips or whatever.
mhm.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that.
And again, you know, a lot of people you know, are having that same issue right now, right? You know what I mean? They're being silent about it, like we don't hear from them because that's, you know, just one of those things you kind of deal with on your own. But it's something that everybody needs to understand, and everybody will, you know, would like to have some kind of help with. But again, these aren't always the things that you're going to get out there on your own. This is why it's, you know, so beneficial for you guys to come to these trainings, come to these lives, because there's going to be a lot of little gems that are dropped in the mix that you just don't necessarily get, like when you're looking for this stuff on your own. You understand what I'm saying? Like you'll get the generic stuff. You understand what I'm saying? Like you'll get the you know, you'll get the cookie cutter stuff where, you know, it's trying to give you the information. I mean, it's trying to give everybody the information, right? It's not trying to give you all the ins and outs of what you actually experience once you start trading, right? So please understand, guys, that, you know, whatever subscription you have with the Discord, it is very beneficial because you guys get to, you know, get these little gems, right, that really help you very quickly become a better trader, right? You know what I mean? This kind of stuff is, you know, it's out there, but sometimes it takes people so long to find it, right? So all of that time that went by, you know, if you would have known it, you know, and like before that time that went by, well, all that time that went by, you would have been more successful, right? Or you would have been at least better in that time because now you actually know what you need to know. You're trading and you're doing it, and it's not hindering you in any way, shape, or form, right? There's so many people that were there, you know, at this particular point, and again, it made them give up because they're like, oh man, I can't catch the trade, right? Or I'm always, you know, chasing it, or whatever the case may be, or I'm always getting stomped out because I'm putting in the wrong information and blah blah blah, right? But if somebody was to tell you ahead of time, hey, listen, when you put your stop loss in, put your take profit in, you want to make sure that you're putting it in the correct fields, right? And that's exactly why we're going to go over the mobile application also, so that you guys can see which ones are the right fields. I mean, it says it, but again, sometimes people just overlook this stuff because it's so foreign to them, and it's their mind is overloaded, so they don't really take the time to breathe and relax and just see that everything's there for them, you know, to place it. But again, they just don't know. So again, you know, I'm trying to get you guys over that hump, you know, with, you know, kind of breaking some of these things down. Um, here, again, that's what that's about, right? So just get into the orders, all right, for, and that's the beauty of having like the one click quick trade button on your pairs or on your charts is that you can hit it, you can get into the trade, and then again go back down to your order, right click on it, do modify order, and then you'll put in your stop loss, right, and your take profit. Boom. Once you hit that, you'll hit there'll be a button that says modify, and you'll hit that, and it'll go through. Here's another little thing. All right, this is I got burned by this a whole lot of times. But if you place an order through this order window, right, if you hit new order, okay, actually, all right, if you're in an order is what I'm trying to say. If you're in an order and you right click on it and you go to modify, okay, and then you get this window that comes up where you can modify your stop loss and your take profit. If you put in your stop loss and you put in your take profit and you hit enter, it will not set your stop loss and your take profit. Okay, it will not set your stop loss and your take profit. You have to hit modify. So guys, please take note of that, okay? Because I promise you it will cost you if you don't know this. If you are in an order, all right, and you want to modify that order, so you had that quick button, you hit buy, it puts you in a buy on the Alt New Zealand, but now you just did that so that you can get in the trade and don't miss it. But now you got to go back and set your stop loss and your take profit. So you come here, right click, go to modify, right? You get the order window that comes up for you to modify. You put in your stop loss, you put in your take profit, but you hit enter on the keyboard. Okay. I did see that I can trade Forex on TOS. Is MT4 still required to trade? No, because the TOS platform is using MT4. So you don't need MT4 to trade your Forex account with Thinkorswim. All right. But majority of people who trade Forex, they don't use Thinkorswim to trade Forex. They do use the MT4 app. So DWAT, that's what that's kind of all about. Our platform margin account as well, is that necessary? So yeah, so with the margin account, you didn't need to apply for a margin account with Thinkorswim. But since if you did apply for the margin account, all that really means is that they're going to allow you to borrow from them. That's really it. And also it also means that thank you, Boo. It also means crap. What was it? Oh, sorry, Boo. Thank you. I forgot. There's something else, DWAT, that it means in regards to like I think like it's a restriction on a certain amount of trades or something along those lines. It's I'm forgetting it right now, but it'll come back to me and I'll break that down for you. But it's still good to have that margin account. So that's all right. But yeah, guys. So if you hit enter instead of that button that says modify, your stop loss and your take profit will not be set. So the nightmare story for me was, I went to edit a trade, I put in my stop loss, I put in my take profit, and I hit enter. This screen will go away. This order screen will disappear. So you will think that your stop loss and your take profit got set, but it won't. Right? It won't be. All right. You have to hit modify in order for the settings to take and your stop loss and your take profit to be set. All right. But anyway, I hit enter, right? And the trade completely went against me. Like after it went in my way, it went, I got at least 100 pips, right? And I didn't lock in my profits, right? This was around that time where I didn't know any better. Okay. I didn't lock any profits. And I left it open because I just knew that it was a huge trade. It was, I caught 100 pips, but then like the next day it dropped like 300 pips and I had no stop loss, even though I thought I did, right? But I had no stop loss and it took me out. And again, it's those kind of situations and pains that mold you into being a better trader. So again, I know a lot of you guys are trying to avoid that, and you probably will, a lot more, you know, being here than on your own. But sometimes, guys, you know, these L's have to come to like open your, it makes your eyes wider, right? And it makes your brain start processing things a lot more seriously, okay? Because you'll notice that as a new trader, everybody's just kind of swinging by the hip. Nobody has any structure that they're really going by because they don't even know what they should be going by. Okay. So it's the wild, wild west with getting in the trades, how you manage them, you know, all kind of stuff. Right. You know what I mean? But you're doing it strictly off of, you know, just feeling like you want to make some money and you see a candle go down, you sell, you see a candle go up, you buy, but nothing's really working out in your favor. Okay. And it's because you don't have a strategy, you don't understand the system, right? And you're not taking it serious, right? Where there's certain things that you do or don't do, right? You know what I mean? It's a more intimate lesson to learn because you feel it emotionally, big time. Chanel, she's absolutely right. Right, the moment your emotions are triggered, everything else in your body starts to get triggered from that. Okay, and again, you guys have heard this a million times, I'm sure, but you know, you got to go through it. All right, to where it makes you a better person. Now, I'm not saying, you know, you're going to take a whole bunch of L's, right? That's not what I'm saying, right? And I'm also not saying that I want you to lose, right? You get what I'm saying? But what I am getting at is that as you begin your journey through Forex, you are going to learn something from your losses. Okay, whenever they happen, whenever they come, there's going to be something that you can take from that to apply going forward so that you don't really have that situation happen to you again. Or even if it happens to you again, it happens to you a lot less or a lot less worse than it did before, right? So you may have had some situation where, you know, you did this and you lost a whole lot of money, right? But now you'll have that situation again, but now you don't lose a whole lot of money. You lose just a little bit of money, right? Because there was some simple adjustment that you made because you realized that that was a big L, right? And you never wanted to have that happen to you again. So you kind of went it to try to figure out why did it happen to you, and then you figured out why it happened to you. So now going forward, you know, if you see it again, you're gonna be like, oh hell nah, I remember you. I remember you faked me out last time you did this. You ain't getting me this time. No way. I got something for you. I'm finna put my stop loss way tighter. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that, and you're not gonna get me. All right. And then the market's like, oh no, we're gonna get you. Boom, it gets you. But guess what? You're like, you thought you got me. No, you ain't blow my account this time, right? You just took your little dollar. That's cool. I'm okay. I'm still alive. I can still make it work. But again, just guys, you got to take those L's. They're gonna make you better, right? So coming back to the chart, and what we have is, again, you know, the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. Denise, what are you talking about? A separate charge? So I have Thinkorswim, so I can use MT4 uh, for free there. Yes, you can use MT4 for free, but I don't think you can use your Thinkorswim Forex account with the MT4 app that's free. I think you have to use Thinkorswim. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm going to say I'm probably 85% sure that you can only use your Thinkorswim Forex account on Thinkorswim. So it's just one of those kind of things that they, you know, they're proprietary stuff. So if that's what you're asking about, yeah, yeah. And there's not a separate charge. Again, there's no charge for opening any broker account or using the MT4 mobile app on your phone. There is no charge either way for either one of those, if that's what you were asking. If not, let me know, and then, you know, we'll talk about it. So again, I tell you guys, if you're a day trader, right, you're looking at the daily to find the trend, right? You're looking at the 4 hour to confirm the trend, and then you're looking at the 1 hour to enter the trade, right? So here, you know, you can kind of see prices going up, right? Hello? What's up? Give me a second, guys. All right. Sorry, fam. Popping all up in the place. Um, Yeah, so daily, looking for the trend, 4 hour, confirming the trend, and the 1 hour, you're pulling the trigger. So I really won't go through like marking up support and resistance and doing all of that. But all I'm really trying to get at is that this is what we're using this auto arrange feature for, as well as like when we pull up our watch list here and we right click and we do a new chart window, right? This is how we can get multiple charts, right, on this screen, okay? And it helps you to be able to analyze everything without having to do like this, right? So if I come over here and I'm looking at the Euro USD, all right, let me get some of these indicators off. Let me go to the daily. Reset it. All right. Now, what you'll notice is that if I want to go to another time frame, I got to click it. All right. So I'm only on the daily. If I want to go to the 4 hour, I got to click it. Right. So again, to have multiple charts, right, I can, come here and I can do all of this. Right. I can switch it up and boom, I can put another chart on this side, et cetera, et cetera. Right. TradingView gives you that ability. But, there is a limitation if you're using the free version or if you're using TradingView for free, right? You get more charts per window with a plan, one of their subscription plans that you have. But instead of, again, using TradingView to do that, right, we can use our MT4 software on the desktop. And we can put up as many charts as we want to, unlimited, okay? But obviously the only limitation is the space of your screen or your monitor, all right? And this is why you guys see a lot of times why people have multiple monitors, right? And they have these huge monitors, these widescreen monitors, these stands that have about 4 or 5, 3 rows of monitors, you know what I mean? Things like that, because they want to be able to pull up as many charts as they can to be able to just spot something, just off of looking at it, right? Without having to constantly switch between pairs. Okay. So again, as you guys level up, you guys will get to that point, get to that stage where you have these multiple monitors so that you can place something up here, place something up here, and you just look and evaluate. And now you get to see, how to get into these, or see which plays are setting up that you can get into without having to click around a whole bunch. Let me see what you guys are saying. One moment. Do you trade on a lower time frame, or is the 1 hour appropriate for Forex trading most often? DWAT. So you need to understand what kind of trader you are. There's 3 types. There's a swing trader, a day trader, and a scalper. All right. If you are a swing trader, you look at the weekly. You look at the monthly for your trend. You look at the weekly to confirm your trend, and you look at the daily to enter the trade. If you are a day trader, you look at the daily to get your trend. You look at the 4 hour to confirm your trend. You look at the 1 hour to enter the trade. All right. If you are a scalper, you look at the 1 hour to get your trend. You look at the 15-minute to confirm your trend. And then you look at either the 5 or the 1 minute to enter your trade. So again, this is recorded. You can always run this back and get that information. But that's how you trade. This is, again, another one of those things that it takes newbie traders a long time to figure out, that there's even different type of traders and what time frames that they look at to enter a trade, right? I'm giving it to you guys right away, right? No digging, no searching, trying to figure this stuff out. That's what it is. So with the way that you asked me that question, most traders, they do that. They look at one particular time frame, or they're trying to determine what is that one time frame that they should be looking at. That's the best time frame to look at. It doesn't go like that. You understand me? The system, the way Forex trade and moves, and how the system goes when you start to really understand everything, is that it's not based on one time frame. It's based on multiple time frames depending on the type of trader that you are, right? Because the higher time frames, those plays take longer to those trades take longer to play out. So you have that's what looking at the higher time frames is all about. The day time frames, right? Those trades can take, play out within the day, right? That's what those are about. right? And then your scalpers, those trades can play out in the minute. So that's the reason why you're looking at those lower time frames. So again, another little hump, right, that takes newbies a long time to get to, but it's something that's so simple, right? If you heard somebody tell it to you, you're like, okay, well, now I know my place, right? Now I know that it's not just one time frame I need to be looking at. It's 3 time frames that I need to be looking at, because I'm this type of trader, or I want to be that type of trader, right? You understand what I'm saying? That's what that's about. Okay. So it's not just one time frame, DY. Um is it This is further explaining what I mean. I searched Google if MT4 could be used with TD. This was the response. As a US only broker, TD Ameritrade does not offer copy to the MetaTrader 4. So there you go. Yep, I confirmed it. All right, King, appreciate it. All right, DY, you got it. A day, welcome back, my man. So day trader, yep, 4 hour. I mean daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. Absolutely, that's correct. So daily, get your trend, 4 hour, confirm your trend. 1 hour, you enter the trade. All right. Just because you can enter the trade on the 1 hour does not mean that you cannot continue to look at the lower time frames to get more details on the trade. Because even though you will pull the trigger on the 1 hour time frame, the lower time frames can make you, or will give you more details to where you can enter the trade a lot earlier than you would on the 1 hour time frame. Because again, it takes a whole hour for a candle to close on a 1 hour time frame. But you may see what you need to see, or whatever it is that you're waiting on to enter that one on that 1 hour time frame. You may see it happen already on the 15-minute. You understand what I'm saying? It happens a lot of times for me as I'm analyzing something. I'm on the 1 hour time frame, and I'm like, okay, man, this looks like this candle is going to close as a bull candle, et cetera, et cetera. Maybe it's going to close below this moving average or above it, whatever, right? I'm waiting for that to happen, and it may take 30 more minutes for that to happen. But then I go down to the 15-minute time frame, and I see that there's a candle that opened and closed below that moving average. So I'm going to take the risk of that, right? Because I know what everything's all about. But I'm going to look at that, and now I'm entering off what I see on the 15-minute, right, instead of the 1 hour, because the 1 hour candle didn't really close yet, right? You know what I'm saying? But because of what the 15-minute did, I know what the 1 hour is going to do. And again, this is what that whole multiple time frame confluence is about. The more you guys start hearing this and understanding this and really practicing it, right? Go to the daily, look at it. Go to the 4 hour, look at it. Go to the 1 hour, look at it. What you guys are going to start to notice is how all the candles on the higher time frame, they just get broken down into the lower time frame. It's still making up everything that you see on the higher time frame, but just in way more details, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, just think of a puzzle piece, right? You know, you go get a puzzle piece and have your fam like put together this puzzle out of all the pieces, right? The pieces that you're putting together, they're tiny, right? You know what I'm saying? But they're all in some way, shape, or form making up this bigger picture. So by the time you finish the puzzle, y'all got a whole Mona Lisa in y'all living room, but y'all didn't know that's what it was going to be by all the little pieces. You see, that's what happens when you work from the lower time frame going up to the higher time frame. You don't see what it is. And this is, I'll be trying to preach this to you guys. This is why you go from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, because the higher time frame, you got the whole Mona Lisa picture. But now on the lower time frame, you're just trying to break it. It's almost like you're taking her apart, right? So if you take the puzzle apart, you know that you know exactly which piece to put back to put the puzzle together, because you know exactly where you took it from. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Like, it just really becomes, you know, pretty simplistic once you guys get up, you know, to that level of understanding what are the things that you need to know, right? You need to know how to place orders, right? You need to know what multiple time frame confluence is about. You need to know how do you assess the charts, right? How do you put your support and resistance? You know, which time frames do you look at? When do you enter the trade? Like, once you guys know those simple little things, it's just a matter of you guys actually continuing to take what you learn and apply it. Let it, you know, take the chance, right? Don't be right there at the screen, you know, shaking, trying to take the trade, or, you know, wanting to take the trade, but don't take it because you're so nervous and you know, you don't know what's going to happen. I know, you trust me, I know your emotions are going to get triggered right away. All right, especially the ladies. They're gonna be like, oh, I don't know, because the ladies, y'all don't like losing money. Okay, the fellas a little bit more okay with that, but ladies, y'all do not like losing a dime. All right, y'all lose 2 cents and y'all ready to blow the place up. Okay, so you guys will definitely experience that emotional part, but if you don't get over that, okay, if you don't dive in, you're gonna have a hard time. All right, that's what that's all about. So yeah, let me just see. Yeah, go ahead. Whoever want to say something. You should enter a trade when a candlestick is starting to form, correct? Wrong, King. Wrong. You don't enter the trade when the candle is forming. This is another gem right here. You enter it when the candle has closed. Okay? Let me give you a real life example of this, King. I'm assuming that you do. All right? But you got a girl, okay, who's telling you, King, when Friday gets here, it's me and you, right? I'm gonna put it on you, right? So you're excited all through Monday. Friday gets here, and then she calls you and say, King, I got a fever. I'm not gonna be able to make it. You're gonna be like, wait, hold on, no. You making it, right? You done got me going all this week. It's Friday's here. Pay up, right? But she like, nah, I can't do it. Well, guess what? You didn't get what she said she was gonna do. On the charts, the candle still being open, you have no idea what it's really gonna do because it is still open, right? Now that she called you and told you that she can't make it, that's what it is because Friday's now here. So that candle has closed and you see that it didn't do what you thought it was going to do. All right. I really hope this is resonating right now for you, King. You,
Absolutely, absolutely.
you with me? You need to see that candle close so that you know this is doing exactly what you expect it to do. That's what that's about. So great question, man. Um, a breakout trader, a breakout trader, or a retest trader, which you prefer? Um, so that's a I'm gonna tell you right now. I just want to read this other one. When you say candle close, do you have to wait for it to be closed with the wick? Um, so Zoe, I'm gonna answer you first, and then Denise, I'm gonna answer you. I prefer the retest trader. The reason why is because we get in at the better opportunity. We avoid any fakeness happening on the chart, any false break, all right, where price looks like it's going down when it's really not. I'm sorry, it looks like it's going up, but it's really not going up. It's getting ready to come back down. We skip that, all right, because breakout traders, they're the ones who are subject to something like that happening. Okay, so I just want to give you an example on the chart so I can bring this home for you. But here, okay, where would be kind of like a false break? Dun, dun, dun. Okay, right here. So watch this. Let's take all of this stuff off for a second. Okay, so check me out. Let's go full screen and let's set this up. So here, I got a nice little resistance area. Okay, so what do you notice? And here's the support area right there. All right, boom. So you guys can see, touch it, right? Just all back and forth throughout this. But look what happened right here. All right, so as a breakout trader, this candle, it closed above the resistance zone, so it broke out of the zone, right? You see what it was doing previously, right? Nothing was up here. So now it broke out of that zone, right? And there's the breakout candle. Well, guess what? If you're a breakout trader, you got in for a buy, right there at the close. Look what happened to your trade. The moment you got in, this thing went against you, and it went all the way back down to resistance, exactly like it did before when it kind of got up in this area, this resistance area. It dropped back down to support. So from the moment you got in, you were negative, 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 negative to the point where it probably closed out your trade, right? And then look at this, this momentum building. Like this body, all of these bodies are like just getting bigger is what I'm trying to get at. So small body, bigger, 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 right? So you were you took a big L on that trade from being a breakout trader, right? What happens with a retest trader is the breakout happens, but now we need price to now retest this area as support. Okay, so when it's retesting it, basically what it's really doing is it's not breaking back in to the zone. All right, it's just holding right here. It comes to it, it touches it a little bit, it holds it, it holds it, it holds it, and then it starts to come up. When it does this, that tells you that it's not going right back into the zone, right? So it's telling you that also now this is being respected as a support zone. And once the bulls have came in, now the pullback that was happening, that pullback is over. So if you know anything about market structure, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, what you understand is that you have a run, a pullback, a run, a pullback. So what happens after the pullback? A run. So when you get in from this pullback that happened to retest support, respected it, and now it's getting ready to go on its run, and you get a bull candle that closes, this is where you pull the trigger, my friend. You pull the trigger for a buy, and now you're going to catch the rest of however far that run is going to be, right? This is what we, this is how we make the money, hands down, right? This is how it's done. And this is how it's done for a retest trader. Okay. Now that's the pro of a retest trader is that we don't get faked out from a false break or false move, right? We don't get faked out because of that, right? And then we get in when price is happening to go in our direction because we can see that this is a respected support area for the simple fact that we did not get a false break where price came back in. That's what that's about. But now check this out. So that's what it is if you're a breakout trader. I'm sorry, if you're a retest trader. But sometimes here, right here, you get a breakout and we never got a retest. Well, we got the retest. It was all the way over here, right? So if I expand this out a little bit, boom, right? So we got the breakout, right? So if you're a breakout trader, once this candle closed right here, you got in. So now you got in right here, boom. And now you just made all of this money to down here. Let's see how many pips that is. Hold control on the keyboard, swipe down. You just made 88 pips. On a standard lot, that's $800, right? Let's see how long that took because we're on a 4-hour chart and it's only 2 candles. So it took 8 hours. That's basically how long it took. So from here to about right there, boom, 8 hours exactly. You get in 8 hours, less than a day, you just made $800. That is the benefit of a breakout trader or being a breakout trader. You catch the move as it's if it broke out, if it continues to go, right? But you're still subject to a retest. The only beauty here is that the retest didn't happen right away. So you never really saw any drawdown. The retest eventually happened. Here it is. This is where it came back to test that zone. But guess what? It didn't respect it. It just went straight through it, right? So there you have your 2 scenarios up here. The one where it did a false break and a retest trader didn't get faked out because of that, because we knew that we were waiting for it to hold. And then we knew that we were waiting for bulls to come in, and then we got in the trade. So we never saw any negative. We never saw any drawdown. We never even saw red, right? But that's being a retest trader. On the breakout trader, if we were still a retest trader, well, look here on this breakout, we would have been waiting and waiting and waiting. We would have waited 8 hours. Really, we really would have waited. So if we do the measure, we would have waited 5 days. Would have waited a whole week for the retest to happen. And the retest, even when it got there to do the retest, it didn't hold. So we still didn't have a trading opportunity to go short. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the 2 differences with being a breakout trader versus a retest trader. Okay, as a retest trader, you're gonna skip the falseness, right? The false moves, the false breaks, you know, price pretending like it wants to go up or pretending like it wants to go down, and then just going back in the opposite direction. You're gonna be exempt from that. But the con of being a retest trader is sometimes the retest never comes, or it comes a whole, you know, a whole time later, right? So you just, you know, the trading opportunity has just left you. That's what that's about. And then here it is on the flip side. If you're a breakout trader, you'll catch these kind of situations where once it breaks out, it continues going, right? That's the pro of being a breakout trader. The con of being a breakout trader is sometimes you get in on the breakout and then it immediately pulls back and it's a false break and it goes all the way back down and you're stuck. All right. So hopefully that breaks it down for you and you can understand that. Let's take a look. Denise, so yeah, when you say candle close, does it have to be closed at the wick? No. So when a candle closes, if it created a wick, the wick is going to be there, right? What we're looking at to say that a candle closed, let's just get rid of some of this real quick. 1 second. Okay. So when I'm talking about a candle close, what I mean is that when the market is open, you're going to see a ticker, right? It's going to be right underneath price. There's going to be like this little countdown window. Okay. So this is a 4-hour. Let me really go to a 5-minute chart. Okay. Right here. So what you're going to see is right below this number of where price is, there's going to be this little countdown. So on this 5-minute chart, there's going to be a countdown from 5, and you're going to be seeing it go to 4, 3, 2, 1, right? You're going to see it counting down. So if you see the countdown, if you see the number for the countdown, that means this candle is still open and it's still doing its thing, right? So if we were going from 240, right, this candle has been open for 2 minutes, right? Because it's each candle is a 5-minute candle. So that means the candle opened at 240, right? And it'll close at 245. So when it does close at 245, however that candle has been developed, right, whether it has a wick or no wick, right, is that's it, right? That's just it. So it's not depending on if it has a wick or not. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're not looking for the wick to be closed, right? It's not like the body of the candle is separated from the wick of the candle. It's not like that. They're all together, right? So it's if the candle closes and it happens to have a wick, well, it just happens to have a wick. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? So know that you're not trying to determine if a candle is closed based on the wick. All right. You're determining if the candle is closed based on the time. Okay. So I know right now that this candle still has two more minutes to go before it actually closes. Okay. So when it does close, again, like I was telling King, that candle will show you what it actually wanted to do. So while you were looking at it while it was open, it was pushing up, and this is a prime example of it right here, actually on the chart. So here, all right, here, this is the bull candle. My orange candles are my bull candles, the green candles. So price open right here at the bottom, right? And it closed right here at the top. That's where it closed. But when it was open, it got this high. So again, you start looking at this, you start seeing that the candle got pushed up. It kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. So in your mind, you're like, price is going up. Well, guess what? By the time that this candle closed, the bears pushed it all the way down, which created that wick. Okay, the bears pushed it down and they happen to close right here. So the bulls still won, right? The candle is bullish, okay? But it's still showing you that there's some rejection of the sellers right here. So mentally, you should be under the understanding that maybe price might not go up, or at least it's having a hard time getting, staying this high, because somewhere up in this area, there's some sellers and they're pushing price down. So if you were to go off of the candle as it was open, seeing that it pushed up, you would have bought, right? So this would have been you. You would have purchased right up here. Okay, let's just change that so we can identify it. All right, here's your entry right there, right? But what happened after you got in, right? So you got in at 240, right? And then as it's going, it got up here at like 241. So you was like, okay, I'm convinced this thing is going up. You hit buy, but now the candle is still open, is doing all of this riffraff, up and down, tug of war, back and forth, right? Boom, 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 boom. But now as the candle closed, it closed right here. So you just lost all of this. Well, not lost, but you're down at least to right here, right? So this is from where you entered, that's 2 pips. Okay, so you're down 2 pips, and you're wondering like, what the hell is going on? Why is this thing not going up? Well, because when the candle actually closed, it told you that it didn't want to go up, or that it was having a hard time going up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please, go by the candle close, because it's going to tell you the truth, because it's closed. It can't be changed. It can't fluctuate. It can't lie to you. You understand what I'm saying? And this is just, again, another little jewel that will make all of you guys a better trader once you understand it. Because when I tell you guys, look at the daily, look at the 4-hour, then look at the 1 hour to get into a trade, you're looking at the 1 hour, but you may be very well getting in the trade while the candle is open, thinking that it's going to go up. And then by the time you get, you get in, but by the time the candle closed, it's showing you that it really wanted to go down. It was just faking you out for a little bit. Well, you can't get faked out on a closed candle. Okay, that's what that's about. So I think that was Denise. If that makes sense, let me know in the chat. If not, we'll go over it a little bit more. But that's what that is, guys. So really quick, because we're approaching time, so I want to go back to here, and I was just kind of telling you guys, this is how we can pull up multiple charts, right? We got our watch list. We can right click, do chart window, pop it up, right? We can use this auto arrange tool. All right, so when, like, if you happen to size it and you did it all wrong, and you're like, okay, damn, how do I get this stuff back? Because I don't want it to look like this. I want it to look even. Boom, boom, boom. You just hit the auto arrange. Boom, it does it for you. All right, again, sometimes if you want to see more space, you hit these 2 buttons, toggle one of these 2, right? It'll get it right. All right, the way you want it to look. Or if you're like strolling, see, there it goes. So like I'm strolling, but then it kind of like snap back. And sometimes when it does that, you just got to take this one off, most likely this one, so that you can scroll back. And then, if you put it back on, it'll take you, to where there's some space between price, so you can see things. Okay, here is the indicators, right? So if you really like indicators, you guys can see I have the RSI at the bottom, right? But if you need to put any indicator, that's where you'll go to do it. Right here, this is where you can change the time frame. Okay, so it's here as a drop down, but it's also already here, right? So they have 2 places. So clearly, not too many people go by here, because these are already laid out, so you could just click through them, right? You know what I mean? And you'll change the time frame. Now, what if you're in this grid like this, but you don't want to see all of these charts? You just want to see one. Just double click on whichever one it is. Double click. Now it takes up the whole screen. Okay, so you can go to your daily. You can start putting your support and resistance. And again, right here, this is just your drawing tools. All right, so your vertical line, if you do that, boom, you get a vertical line, right? Your horizontal line, boom, if you do that, boom, you get a horizontal line. Okay, if you click on any of the stuff that you draw, like, you got to kind of like double click, and then you'll see like there's a square here and whatever. But when you see that little square, when you double click on it, that now means you can edit the line. So all I'm going to do is right click, and now I can go to the properties of the line, right? And now I can change it up to make it thicker, right? So, or I can change the kind of style that it is, right? If I want it to be dots, or thick, or separated, whatever, right? But then I can go here and I can change the thickness. So now when I hit OK, boom, it's more, the line is thicker, and I can see it better. Same thing goes for your horizontal line. So you double click it, you get the little bars that come up. Hold on, I didn't get it good. All right, got it. Right click, horizontal properties, and boom, I want it to be thicker. I just hit here. Boom. Again, you can change the color, whatever you want. You can name it. Naming it is good for like when you want to get rid of the indicators off your chart. All right, that's what that's about. So boom, there's the line. It's thicker now. So you guys can see it's acting as my support for the time frame for that for where price is right now. Right click, I can delete the indicators, right? Here, if you go to again the navigator, right, and you got indicators. I'm sorry, not this one. Where was it? Da, 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 view. Uh, indicator list, chart indicator list. Okay, that's where it was. So I forgot because I haven't been there in a long time. But if you go to chart and indicator list, all those things that you drew on here, this is where they'll show, right? So on your main chart, I got this moving average and this moving average. That's this red line, this white line. So if I hit delete, right, boom, and I hit OK or close, now that white line goes away. All right. So this is a way to manage all of the drawings and indicators that you guys might have on the chart. All right. They'll show here as well. All right. But that's that. So indicators down here, indicators all over the chart, a little drawing area. Here's Elliott waves. If you use it, I don't use it, right? I don't need it because I know how to spot a trend line. And if you guys are rocking with me, you guys should know how to do that also. All right. Fibonacci, right? Again, you can place Fibonacci. I hate the Fibonacci on this MT4. It's very quirky and it doesn't allow you to line up things the way you want to. Even if you kind of play around with the numbers, it still comes out and looks pretty bad, right? I'm sure if I spend some time on it, I'll figure it out and get it to look right, but I'd rather not when I have Trading View. And when I pull up Trading View, right, if I go to the weekly, boom, 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 and I want to pull out a Fibonacci, I hit here and voila, right? Nice and beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? It's so much easier for me. So again, part of the reason why I mainly use Trading View over this MT4 software right here. All right, but now real quick, so let me show you guys this, right? So you guys will see your charts, okay, and they will look like this. All right, so get rid of the watch list here, right? They'll look like this. How do we change this? Right click, okay, go to properties. All right, here you get in the depiction of everything. If you change it over here, what it's going to look like. All right, so like the background is black. All right, that's why I want a black background. Now the foreground is white, and I believe that's just like out here, but you can tell by just changing the color. All right, so I changed it to pink, and now you see, right, the outside will be pink. So that's what that's just showing you. Okay, so now grid, I don't want no grid. All right, so boom, look at that, the grid is gone. Just that easy. All right, it took me a long ass time, people, to figure this out right here, because that grid was annoying the shit out of me and I wanted to get rid of it and I had no idea how to do it. Like I just kept, I don't know, I was trying to drag the lines. I was trying to do all kind of crazy stuff that didn't make any sense. And then finally, I researched it and I found out, okay, this is where you got to go to, turn this off. And I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Right. It took me fucking years to figure this out. Right. And this is what I'm getting at, people. This stuff is not hard. It's just, if you don't know, you don't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you guys are here, man. And I'm telling you guys have such a leg up. Please take it as a a positive thing, right? Again, I know that's why you signed up, because you saw it and you felt it, right? But I need you to know it for sure now that it's going to help you guys and it's going to benefit you guys tremendously. Okay. King, does the wick tell us if it's slowing down the candle momentum or gaining momentum? So if you have a wick above the candle, what this is telling you is that there was a rejection of buyers. Okay, that's what that's telling you. If you have a wick below the candle, it's telling you, excuse me, that there was a rejection of sellers. Okay, so sellers tried to push down, but the bulls pushed it up, and that's what created the wick. On the upside, the bulls tried to push it up, but then the sellers push it down. That's what created the wick. So really, when you're asking, does it tell you if momentum is slowing or gaining? Kinda. It kinda does, because like this right here, right? So the body is so small, right, in comparison to the wick, right? This is a huge wick, meaning the bulls tried to push it up this high, but they were having a hard time. And the sellers pushed it down significantly to where it almost closed as a bear candle, but it closed as a bull candle still, but just still telling the story that there's a lot of selling pressure right here, or there was a lot of selling pressure on this particular candle. We're on a weekly, okay? So even though this is one candle, this is 200 and something pips. Okay, this is 208 pips that the bulls were initially up. So if you had bought sometime within this week, right, you could have made 208 pips. And then if you had sold from a particular time in this week, you could have made 208 pips, right? That's kind of what that candle is telling you in a whole, that initially the bulls were doing their thing, and then sometime in the rest of the week, the bears had done pushed it down, right? So if we're going to just read off of this one candle, this is telling me that there's some selling coming in to the market. Well, guess what? Look forward, right? Just look forward. What ended up happening? Price ended up dropping, right? Guys, easy stuff if you know how to if you know how to read it, if you know how to understand it. All right. Selling came in. What happened to the next candle? Same thing. More selling pressure, right? This one, not too much, not too many buyers, still some selling, still a little wick there. But this candle really isn't bigger than this one, right? So actually this was by so this was a bear candle where the sellers were starting to come in. So after all of this rejection that we're seeing, then we got the bears to come in and win a battle, right? Bulls came back one more time. They tried to do their thing, but again, the bears took over. So eventually they took over, right? They showed you that they were showing up, right? And then they showed you they were still battling, they showed up, still battling, and then they showed up. You see how this candle, the body of this candle is bigger than this one, right? It's engulfing the body of the previous candle. This is what we call an engulfing candle. So just off of these two candles alone, man, is enough for a trader who understands what this is all about, showing that there's been a shift in momentum from the bulls to the bears, right? Knowing that they get in for a sell right here, right? Off of that candle close. This is a bear candle. It opened at the top, closed at the bottom. Take our measuring tool out. They just made, let's go with the first week. In the first week, they made 21 pips, nothing. Second week, they made 70 pips. Third week, they made 286. Same with the fourth week. And then the fifth week, right, they made 426 pips. So 5 weeks, roughly a month, okay? And that's a one trade standard lot. That's $4,000. $4,000 in roughly a month off of one trade of understanding what the wicks, how to read the wicks, right? Knowing that this is sellers or buyers getting rejected and sellers coming in. And then the wicks that are below the candle represent rejection of sellers. And then look, same exact thing just happened, bro. Bullish engulfing candle, because it engulfed the body of the previous candle. We saw the rejection of the sellers right here, and now we see the bulls show up to where they close higher and larger than their previous bear candle. And then what happened? We got in and we just made all of this. So this is 1 week, right, from where we got in right there. 1 week, you made 170 pips. So that's $1,700 in a week, in 5 days, right? Imagine if you were making $1,000 a week, right? A lot of people in here, they like to say, hey, I want to make $1,000 a day. It's possible. It is absolutely possible, right? But wouldn't you still be happy with $1,000 a week? That's $4,000 a month. That's a part-time job, or that's a full-time job. I'll put it that way. It's a full-time job, right? So you just got the income of another job without actually having another job. You guys with me? Like, come on, let's get this stuff together, man. Like, y'all got to get to it. All right, really, take in, the stuff that you guys are learning and apply it, man. Y'all gonna kill it. I promise you. What is the lot size requirement on MT4? There is no requirement for the lot size DWAT. It is whatever lot size you can afford, and whatever lot size, whichever one you can afford, and then whichever one you want to take out. So a lot of traders, again, they say like, hey, I want to make $1,000 a day, or whatever amount of money they want to make a day. Well, what lot size is going to give you $1,000 a day? Well, you need to know how many pips you want to catch, and then you need to know which lot size. Like, again, 100 pips. If you want to make $1,000, but you want to like $1,000 a day, but you say to yourself, okay, I want to make $1,000 a day, but I want to catch at least 100 pips a day. All right. Well, a standard lot, if you take out a standard lot, that's going to give you $10 a day. I mean, I'm sorry, $10 per pip. Forgive me, $10 per pip. If you're getting $10 per pip and you catch 100 pips, you just made $1,000. But you needed to know that a standard lot gives you $10 per pip, and you also needed to know how many pips you wanted to catch in order to know, how much money you can potentially make. But basically, again, DY, when I'm talking about lot size, you determine what your lot size is. And most of the time, your lot size that you get into is determined by the leverage and the amount of money that you have in your account. Okay. You can't get into a standard lot if you got $5 in your account and no leverage. You can't even afford to get into a standard lot. Okay. So think of Swim says 10,000. So, okay, I think what you're getting at is what's the minimum for, okay, I read you wrong. I'm sorry about that. That's on me. My bad. So I was thinking that you were asking like, was like, do you have to take out this lot size in order? Okay, that was all on me. My bad. So yes, $10,000 gets you into a micro lot, right? So this is without leverage. This is without the bank letting you borrow any, I mean, your broker letting you borrow any money from them. $10,000 is what you need cash, okay, deposited in your account to take out at least a micro lot. And then $100,000, I'm sorry, $1,000 for a micro lot. All right, let me put it in there for mix it up, right? So $1,000 micro lot, all right, $10,000 for mini lot, and $100,000 for a standard lot. All right. So one thing that I want you to do, DY, is make sure you go to the education section, look up the Forex trainings, and find so I'm loading the Discord, but find uh, the videos that talk about lot sizes, okay? Because I break that down in detail. No, it's no problem. Like, listen, ask your question, man. I don't want y'all feeling any type of way about these questions, man. Like, I'm not finna be like, oh man, why the hell are you asking so many questions, man? Kicking you out and blocking you or all this crazy stupid stuff. It's ridiculous, man. Ask your question. It could be, hey man, what's this Forex? You can be so basic. I don't care, because like I know where you guys are and I know you guys need to get to. So let's get this stuff out of the way. Like, let's not waste no time. You guys paid your money. You need to get your substance, right? You need to get your product or what you paid for. You understand me? So don't just don't feel no type of way about like the questions and stuff like that, man. I promise you, it's not no burden or bother to me, man. Keep asking and keep asking. Dumb, stupid or whatever you might think it is, just keep doing it. All right. I'm 100% with that. So here it is. Yeah, go to Forex trainings, right? Quick way to do a nice little search, guys. So if you go right here, so I got it preset, but basically there's a way that you can make sure that you're searching in the Forex training, and I'm looking for the word pip, but I might, for your case, I want to look for the word lot. All right, boom. So here you can see it highlighted this video, right, from 5-1, where we talked about psychology of being okay with risking it all or a lot of your money, right? So it's just saying a lot, but should you trade small lot sizes, right? All I'm really getting at is if you search it, what the hell is a lot? So again, this might be the one that you want to take a look at, right? For 1022, okay? How do you get over the feeling of being afraid to lose a lot? Okay, that's another one. Lot sizes, here it is, 213. All right, go check out that video. 213.22 lot sizes, micro, minis, and standards. I break it all down in this particular video. All right, so this was another session, this was another Sunday like today, where we went over that in detail. So right here is where you'll get access to that. I mean, see that video. See the information about lot sizes in that video. So just click it, request access. If you don't have it, I'll get it to you right away. It's all good. Chanel, thank you. Thank you. For TradingView, what's better, Orlando or Forex.com? So let me know if I'm saying your name right, man, because I think I was messing it up, but I said Gerardo. Is that right? Okay, cool. So yeah, Gerardo, I use Forex.com. I have never used Oanda with TradingView, but I know that there's some people that might be in this session right now who do use Oanda. So if you guys can speak on that, please go ahead and unmute to let Gerardo know how is Oanda with using TradingView. But I can tell you, you're probably not, when you're talking in terms of which one is better, it's not like that, right? You know what I mean? Like they both do the same thing is what I'm really trying to get at. They're just a broker that's giving you a platform to trade currencies, right, with Forex. So the only thing that would either make one of them better over the other is like the speed, right? Their network, right? Do they have faster computers, faster processors, real-time data, things like that? And sometimes these are things that you pay for, but they're so insignificant in the grand scheme of things, bro. I promise you, if you had both accounts, right? If you had an Oanda account and a Forex account, and like you had two separate computers, and you placed the trade on TradingView with Oanda, and then you placed the trade on TradingView with Forex.com, bro, you're not gonna notice any difference. I mean, you kind of really not. You know what I mean? So if that's what you were talking in regards to like being better, I don't, I can't really touch on it because again, I haven't been using Oanda like that, but I do know. I think one of the members, mentioned that Oanda doesn't allow you to trade like gold and oil and things like that, so they don't allow you to do commodities, right? And again, this is just feature based. So you're gonna have some brokers that allow you to do more things or trade more assets and kind of things like that. But you could that's a good Google search, to be honest with you, to like compare the two. I've never had I've never even thought about doing that with Forex and Oanda, and it's just strictly because that was back in my that would have been something that I would have done in my looking for a broker kind of days. That's what I did. I pulled up all these brokers and I just tried to see what was the difference between any of them. But with experience, right, what I realized is that there's not a major difference. Like there's not some like here's the Superman of brokers versus the Ninja Turtles or something. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But there was just never really anything that stood out a whole lot besides leverage, right? So who offers you more leverage in that situation? Is it Oanda or is it Forex.com? Forex only does 1 in 50. So if Oanda does anything higher than that, then they may come out as the winner in this comparison as to who's better, right? You know what I mean? But I don't really know for sure, to be honest with you, bro. I don't know. Is there a difference between Forex trading and futures trading? Yes, you're trading futures, but I know what you mean. Is there like the psychology of it? No. Everything that you learn for trading Forex is the same thing that you'll use and apply to trading futures. It's just the class of assets is just different, right? Futures is the future of things and whatever, and not the currency, right? It's not the currency movement. So again, you'll hear all this economic news where it affects the Forex market and the currency market. Well, guess what? It's going to affect it right now in this moment, right away, right? Futures is it's going to affect the, how is this going to affect the economy sometime in the future? And you're betting, you're trading against that or off of that understanding that, this is something that you're spectating on for to happen in the future, right? You know what I mean? So it's different, and how it's derived, if you will, but is it different in how you trade it? Absolutely not. Crypto, stocks, futures, Forex, all of them, if you got support and resistance, if you understand market structure, right, if you understand supply and demand, you understand price action, you're going to be able to trade or do any one of those, right? By utilizing the same concepts. Nothing's different. I swear, across the board, it's all the same. But it's just that's it, that they're separate that and what they look at. Features of trading the prices of things like corn, oil, pork, pork bellies, yep, and market indices, exactly. And it gets, so again, it doesn't focus on Forex. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? So if you're trying to apply you know, news and economic things that are tied to Forex specifically, and you're trying to tie those into those other things, it's not going to apply. You understand what I'm saying? So it's encompassed, okay, but it's still separate. You know, you just got to get in the mix with futures to kind of see what I'm getting at, to understand that, you know, it's not as simple, or I guess as straightforward as you know, trying to determine what's going to happen to an economy based on, you know, what's happening right now versus what you think is going to happen in the future with the economy. It's just delayed, I guess, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Is the Forex market closed on holidays like the stock market? Yes. Your broker will actually tell you which of those holidays they're closed. So let me just see if duh, duh, duh. Okay, I don't see where is my browser. Am I going crazy? Okay, maybe I just didn't have it open. All right. So okay, let's do holidays. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Trading hours and holidays. So please be advised, daylight saving times happens here. Forex market hours. Where's the holidays? All right, spot market hours. Dun, 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 dun. There you go, Memorial Day. So observing the following holidays, trading times, and days affected may vary depending on the holiday. So here I just give you guys that and take that to kind of, you know, stay in the know of which ones affect the market. All right. And you can look at all the previous ones, but you know, we need to know what's now. All right. So that's that. So real quick, guys. So I want to go over, you know, I really want to go over the MT4 mobile platform. So I'm going to pull that up on my phone in a second. But I wanted to show you guys how to change this ugly looking chart, right, to making it look all nice and pretty, like I showed you guys. So here, you know, I'm just changing some things around the grid. All right, we want no grid. We already got it where it took the grid off. All right, so the bar up, okay, these are your bull candles. All right, most of the time you want them to be green. So actually, let's just leave them green for now, right? So I'm going to go lime green. All right, it's already on lime green. So they both on lime green. Bull candle. Oh, wait. So bar up, yeah, we want this. Okay, this one bar down, we want it to be a red candle. Okay. All right. Already you can see we got red and green on the mix on the little preview window. All right. So bull candle. Now I want to change this from black. I want to make this lime green also. All right. So now we got a full candle as being lime green. All right. Bear candle, it was white. Right. The body of it is white. So now we're going to change that to red. And again, we got just complete red and green over here. Line graph. All right. So let's see what that's about. So if I change it to yellow, all right, I can't really see nothing that changed on here. So I'm gonna just, you know, it's whatever. I'll just put it to black. All right. Volume bars is down here, right? So if we change that, you know, boom, we got blue volume bars. All right. Ask line and stop levels. These are the things that you'll see after you get into a trade. So like if you put a stop, you know, it'll be a line showing you where your stop is, and it'll be red. That's what that's about. But basically, you know, we changed it up how we wanted it to look. So we're gonna hit OK. Boom, look at that. So we went again from here, right? That ugly little thing, right, to this. Okay, still not super nice, right? But what do? All right, we maximize it, and one, we make sure we change the candle type from these Hikanachi bars or whatever they call to this candlesticks. Boom. All right, so once we do that, now, all right, I think it froze on me a little bit. Hold on. All right, so now if we zoom in, look at how the candles look, right? Let's do our little auto arrange, right? Look at this. Look at it, guys. Man, and you wonder why traders can't make it? You wonder why people give up on Forex, right? You wonder why people are like, nah, forget that. I'm gonna just hit these streets, right? You know, I'm gonna go get that pole and make it do what it do. because this is ridiculous. I mean, if you ain't have nobody to hold your hand through this stuff, I promise you, it's gonna take you a minute to get it because you already unattracted to it, right? This is very unattractive. Nobody looks at this and goes, "Oh yeah, I want to see what this is all about. This is so interesting." Now you're like, man, what the? Nah. So there you go, right? We going from this to this right here, right now. All right, people, I showed you where to go. You right click, right? You go to properties, you change that bad boy up to make it look how you want it to look, right? Girls, y'all want it in pink, go ahead, do your thing. Fellas, y'all want to rock it, whatever y'all the mascot or y'all favorite football, basketball team, go ahead and do it, right? Whatever you want, right? You know what I'm saying? And again, you can make your bear and bull candles, whatever, right? But now this is what we aiming to get, something like this, okay? And then, you know, we're looking at our higher time frames, and look at the structure, guys. You guys get to see exactly what's going on versus, again, seeing it like this. And now we go to the daily, and it's like, oh man, come on, man. Zoom in. There you go. How y'all like that? Y'all like looking at that? I bet some of y'all eyes crossing right now. Some of y'all had to just close y'all eyes and stop looking at the chart real quick because y'all already got a headache. All right. So boom, we don't want that. All right. We get this, right? So now we got this. So now, right, you guys have been able to change the color and do what you do. So now you right click, you go to template, and you go to save template. All right. So let's just call this training. Enter. All right. So now guess what? When I do this, right, if I pull up, you know, I got some pairs over here, right? Let's say I don't have this, right? I pull the New Zealand up. So now I got two pairs. Hit auto arrange, makes it all nice and pretty. Close this, hit auto arrange again, fills up the space, makes it all nice and pretty, right? So now I got these two. All I got to do is right click on them, go to template, and choose the one that we created, training. Boom, there we go. Easy peasy. Right click, template, and training. Where is it? Right here. Boom, there you go. So now again, there is a way to like when you get okay, I remember what it is now. So when you bring up a chart, right? I know somebody's saying to themselves right now, so you mean to tell me if I want to have like 6 charts up, right? Then I have to right click on each one of them and go to template and then, you know, hit the one that I want. Well, yes, but you also have the option to do this. If you take the US CAD, you can just drag it over and now you see it changed to the US CAD, but it kept the template. You with me? So what I'm trying to get at is that if we do this, right, like let me do this and let me drag that. So now like I put a new chart, right? Boom, ugly. Okay. Put another chart. All right, ugly, right? Put another chart, ugly, right? I hit the auto arrange, get rid of my watch list, hit the auto arrange. All right, there it is. All of those are there. So when you have multiple charts like this, like now, yes, you have to right click on it now, go to template and change it to what you want. All right. And same thing, you have to do it for all of them, right? So in that scenario, that's where you have to change it manually for each one of them. All right. But in the scenario where you know you're not trying to necessarily add another chart, you just want to look at a different chart, right? So this was a USD CAD, but now I want to look at the New Zealand USD in this window. If I just click and drag it over, it's going to change it to that chart and it's going to keep the template. All right. So again, people, it's just, you know, nice and quick little tutorial. Again, we didn't go into too much. Again, you know, we got pressed for time a little bit, but now I'm going to show you guys some things from the mobile side. Okay. Other thing that I wanted to show you guys on here was man, what was it? Crap, I forgot.